Before we introduce our panel now on what the options are for the government, why is it still backing the Law Minister and whether the buck stops at the Prime Minister's office, we want to remind our viewers that this is in fact not the first time that the CBI has been used or rather misused in this manner. Remember, it's Mulayam Singh Yadav who always comes to the rescue of the government at the very last moment. The BJP has always alleged that this is because the government has used the CBI as a political tool. Interestingly, my colleague Rahul Srivastav joins us now. He's waded through the archives of an old petition that was submitted in the court in 2008, which actually talks about how this particular case on Mulayam Singh Yadav was decided. Rahul, quickly take us through what you have.
Barkat, that's what I would like to say, that there has been a tradition of using the CBI. The BJP will like to forget the fact that the conspiracy charge against Mr. Advani was dropped and CBI developed amnesia. It never went and appealed against it. But I have dug through the archives of the Mulayam Singh Yadav case, and there are tons of documents which actually chronicle the entire series of flip-flops by the CBI. But the most glaring, Barkha, can well be that on the 1st of March 2007, the CBI the Supreme Court, acting on a petition, asked the CBI to look into the details of the wealth and assets of Mr. Mulayam Singh Yadav. On the 26th of October 2007, the CBI furnished a huge, thick document in which it talked about all the wealths of Mr. Mulayam Singh Yadav and also talked about the fact that now it has prima facie, it is convinced there is a case. It wanted a court's permission to register a regular case, and then it said that the status report it wants should not be shown to the government. Then comes the entire series of events when the left threatened to withdraw support in November 2007 on the nuclear deal. Then on the 22nd of July 2008, the left actually withdraw support, and after that the government does win the trust vote with the help of Mulayam Singh Yadav. Very important opinion given by Mr. Wahanwati at that time that the government can withdraw the case, and crucially on the 6th of December 2008, the CBI files an application in the Supreme Court. Sorry, dear court, we have made a mistake. We want to withdraw the application submitted on the 26th of October 2007 because there have been certain representations by the respondents, that is the people who are being probed, and that is why we want to withdraw the application. And what was the plea taken? One very important line in that in view of the legal advice and the directions of the Union of India. This is there as part of the court documents. This is what the CBI has said, that it actually in a case ordered by the Supreme Court, the CBI was acting at the behest of the Supreme Court in that the Union of India has given a direction that the case may be withdrawn. And once again, one if does not take notice of that, when the relations between Mulayam Singh Yadav and Congress soured just before the 2009 elections, and Mulayam refused to go for a seat-sharing pattern in 2009, March, another affidavit comes that we actually want to go back to our 26 March 2007 affidavit. We actually want to go ahead against Mulayam Singh Yadav. Yeah. Perhaps that is the strongest element on paper in which, before this case of Mr. Ashwani Kumar, looking into some documents, the CBI on record in front of the courts has said that we have acted on the directions of the government of India.
Well, it certainly begs the question as to why this did not become as big a political controversy back in the day, but it jogs our memory and reminds us that this is certainly not the first time. It in fact exposes how open and exposed the CBI is to political influence, and perhaps also underlines why Mulayam Singh Yadav may continue to yet bail out the government in that JPC on Monday. Rahul Srivastav, thanks for sharing those exclusive details with us. Now to our panel this evening. Does the buck stop with the Prime Minister's office when it comes to the botched attempt by the government to actually vet one of the status reports that the CBI was preparing in the coal scam? Let's introduce our panel this evening. With me here in the studio, Shantaram Nayak, Member of Parliament of the Congress and also Chairman of the Parliamentary Standing Committee on Personnel, Public Grievances, Law and Justice. Also joining us tonight, Senior Leader of the BJP, Prakash Javadekar, somebody who has done a lot of digging and spade work in actually exposing the coal allocation scam. Joining us tonight from Chennai, R.K. Raghavan, former CBI Director. This is a very precarious time for the CBI, and we'll be very interested in knowing his perspective. Joining us tonight as well, Senior Advocate of the Supreme Court, Dushyant Dave, and we're hoping to have Pinaki Mishra of the Biju Janata Dal joining us shortly as well. Prakash Javadekar, if I can get your first responses. We now know that the CBI has submitted two different status reports, the vetted and the non-vetted. The one that was not seen by the political executive, as Ranjit Sinha, the director, has signed on today, and the one that was in fact seen by the Law Minister, the PMO official and the Coal Ministry official. Would the next step politically and legally depend on whether there are substantive differences between these two status reports? Because that still remains in the realm of speculation. Mr. Javadekar.
Yeah, but whether it is, the difference is whether it is substantial or not, the very act of the government, not only Law Minister, but the PMO Joint Secretary and the Joint Secretary of the Coal Ministry, as they desired, they got the CBI report. This is itself is a very cruel commentary on the things and state of affairs of today. This vindicates our stand that CBI is being used, misused and abused always by the Congress, and what has happened is their principal ally therefore is CBI.